What percentage of the marbles in the jar are white? So the first thing you got to do is you got to count up how many white marbles there are. So how many white marbles are there? 8. Okay, then you got to count up all the marbles to figure out the total amount. So what's the total amount? 20. Now, if we're trying to find the percentage, we know we have to get to 100. Can 20 go to 100?
Yes.
Times what?
5.
So we do the same thing up top. So 8 times 5 is 40%. Letter B. Antonio baked 150 muffins. Of all the muffins he baked, 46% of them were blueberry. How many blueberry muffins did Antonio bake? So right there, they give us 150 muffins. Okay, is that how many total or just part of it? That's the total. Then you have your 46%. So you can set up your percent proportion. So we don't know how many he made, but we know we made 150 total. Alright, so unfortunately these don't work out, so we got to cross multiply. So we get 100x equals, what's 150 times 46? What? And then we divide by 100, divide by 100, that cancels, so x equals part the letter A. Okay, George bought 6 large balloons for a party. This was 25% of the balloons he bought. How many total balloons did George buy? So, if it says right there, it's looking for the total amount. It tells us that. And we know he bought, so 6 is our part. We don't know the total, but we do know the 25%. So we set it up like this. Those numbers don't work, so again, we got to cross multiply. So you get 25x equals 600. So our final step, divide by 25. So x equals, so it's letter C. Alright, number 4, they just wanted you to write 5 to 8, the ratio, as a fraction, a decimal, and percent. Well, fraction will just be 5 over 8. Now, decimal form, you can change this to be 800 or 1,000 on the bottom, or you can just divide. So if we divide, you always do numerator divided by the denominator. That doesn't work, so decimal and a 0. So then 8 goes into 50 6 times, so that's 48. You get 2 left over, got to drop another 0. How many times 8 go into 20? That's 16. We get 4, drop another 0. 8 goes into 40. 5 times. Nothing left over. So decimal form is 0.625, 625 thousandths. Now, since you have your decimal form, all you have to do is multiply this by 100 to get your percent. Or we just move the decimal 1, 2. So 62.5%. That's it. All right, number 5. Now you're solving these, so these are just those percent problems. So 27% of 140. So this one's set up like what we talked about the other day with the decimal form, or decimal method. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that one. So again, we move this twice to the left and make it a decimal, 0.27. Of means 2 times 140. So what's 0.27 times 140? 37.8. Okay, now this one we're looking for the percent of 500, which equals 90. So this is your total because it's next to that's your part. So I would set up your proportion on this one. And then we know x over 100. Well, we got to get to 500 to 100. Can we do that? Yeah. Divided by 5. So we're going to do the same thing up here. Divided by 5. So 90 divided by 5? 18%. Then we have 32% of blank equals 8. Well, 8 is referring to your part. We don't know the total, but we do know our percent. And if you look, 8 and 32 work together. So 8 times what?
4.
So then what times 4 gets you to 100? 25. So 32% of 25 equals 8. That's what that means. Okay, any questions on the front side? All right, let's go to the back. So number 6, there are 18 girls and 12 boys on the swim team. They want the fraction and percentage of the team which is made up of boys. So the fraction, we need to focus on the 12 boys. So 12 goes on top. Now, on the bottom, you have to put the total. What's the total amount?
30.
So 12 over 30. And if you simplify this, what can we divide out?
3.
Even higher.
6.
6. So you get 2 over 5. Both of these will be accepted, but I will tell you right now, the simplified form is going to make your life a lot easier. So that's the fraction. Now to make this a percent, I'm going to use that simplified form because 5 gives us 100 times what? Times 20. So we got to do the same thing up here. So what's 2 times 20?
40.
So 40%. So you can leave it like this one. That one is fine, but I'm telling you the simplified form will be easier because it's going to be easier to get to 100 because you're trying to find the percent as well. Okay, number 7. A student spelled 92% of the words on a spelling test correctly. If the test had 25 questions, how many words did the student spell correctly? Well, right here they give us our percent, and they give us how many questions are on the test. So that's referring to what? The total, the whole. Okay, so 25 goes down here. We don't know the part because we don't know how many they got correct. All right, so then it's over 100. We know 92. So looking at these numbers, can we work easily with these? Yes. So let's go backwards this time. So 100 goes into 25. How do we get from 100 to 25?
4.
So we're going to do the same thing up here. What's 92 divided by 4? 23 questions. Okay. Noelle used 17 lemons to make lemonade. This was 85% of all the lemons she bought. How many lemons did Noelle buy? So we have 17. She used that many. And then we have 85% of all the lemons she bought. So again, 17 is going to be our part because we don't know how many she bought total. Okay, we know it's 85% over 100. Now if you look, 17 does go into 85 5 times. So we're going to divide by 5. So we get 20 lemons. Alright, and number 9. So number 9, we have Micah's bill for dinner was $35.50. He left the server an 18% tip. How much money did Micah leave? So this is the one I've been talking about. This is a real world example. So they have a bill of this. They tip that much. So what do we not know? The part. We don't know how much he left. We know his bill was $35.50, and we know he left 18%. So these numbers are not going to work. So you're going to have to cross multiply. So what's 100 times x? 100x. And then 35.5 times 18. 639?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we divide by 100. Divide by 100. So how much did he leave?
6.39.
So $6.39. That's how much he left for a tip. Okay, any questions on this?